Television. Thank you for being there. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. Owing to increased access to antiretroviral therapy called ART, HIV-positive people now live longer and healthier lives. It has also been confirmed that ART prevents onward transmission of HIV. Progress has been made in preventing and eliminating mother-to-child transmission and keeping mothers alive. In 2017, 8 out of 10 pregnant women living with HIV, corresponding to 1.1 million women, received antiretrovirals. That's according to UNAIDS. My guest is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, as well as a member of the National Task Team on Antiretroviral Therapy. He's Dr. Oliver Ezechi of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research in Yaba. You're welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
All right. 30 years of World AIDS Day we are celebrating this year. Yeah. It's been a really long journey, but you know, encouraging statistics of improvement in treatment, improvement in response, you know, reduction of new infections and all that. Even in Nigeria, even though marginally, according to UNAIDS, there's been improvement.
Yeah.
Now, you are recommending, the Ministry of Health is recommending a new cocktail of drugs as a first-line treatment for HIV/AIDS. Why is that?
You know, for treatment to be successful, you need the HIV patients to be adherent to the drugs. So you need drugs that are very effective. You need the drugs that are, the cost is cost effective, the cost is cheaper, and you also need drugs with little side effects.
Okay.
The new cocktail that the country is recommending now, based on research available. Okay,
so all the research has been done. How long has it been? Is it being used in some countries?
Yes, it's already being used in developing countries. It's just like we are waiting for more information to be available before you deploy it. It's very safe, it's very effective, and it has a high genetic barrier for resistance. One of the reasons why first-line treatment fail is development of resistance.
Okay.
But this particular drug have high genetic barrier to resistance. So what it means is that if somebody for one reason or another did not miss 1 or 2 or 3 drugs, it's not going to lead to failure.
Okay.
So and as we're expanding and increasing access, we need a drug that have this combination of being cheap, affordable, being very effective, side effects profile is very low, and then it has high genetic barrier.
Okay, but shouldn't we know all this already? Why do you have to bring out a paper on it and all that? Are you anticipating some resistance?
No, the paper there is that, you know, in medical treatment, you don't want people to make mistakes.
Okay.
We are all not in teaching hospitals and research institutes. If it's for me in Nigerian Institute of Medical Research and our colleagues in the tax team that are in teaching hospitals, you don't need it, you already know. But remember, the assets have been increased in such a way that in primary health care centers, people can now receive their treatment. So you need a document that is well explicit, well detailed, that a young doctor or a nurse at the primary health care in my village will have it by his side and be able to provide quality and safe care.
Okay. Now, we are looking at, by 2020, 90% of people living with HIV to know their status, 90% of them to be on antiretrovirals, and then 90% to have viral suppression.
Yes.
According to UNAIDS, I keep saying that because we're coming up with our statistics.
Yeah.
According to UNAIDS, we are at 38% knowledge, and 87% of those who know are getting treated. But for those who are virally suppressed, you know, I saw N/AIDS.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What it means is that the data is not available. Yeah, national data. But I can tell you, for institutions like in NIMA, in LUT, in tertiary hospital, we are close to 89 to 90% viral suppression rate. But what I can tell you now, there's a survey going on in the country, and NICE, National AIDS Indicator Survey,
releasing it in
early first quarter of 2019. All this information for the first time in the country that will be available.
Okay.
And it will tell the whole world how well we've done with the HIV/AIDS. The Doubting Thomases, it will tell them how well the program.
So from the
will be done.
indications of what you're seeing about the survey, it's like 89% virally suppressed of those who are being treated.
Who are on treatment? Yes, yes. All along time, we'll be telling people that the burden of HIV in the country is not as high as
what the
projected
global
for
bodies
Nigeria.
make it out to be.
But this nice survey will provide those information. And I'm not the appropriate authority to release those information. The appropriate authority will release information.
I'm excited about what's going to come out of that survey. Finally, our own data generated by our country, our people.
Yes.
So it should be more accurate about what's going on.
Right? And majority of people who are participating in that study are Nigerians. Okay. So we are not going to say the study will be doctored or these are Nigerian data being generated by Nigerians and will be released by Nigerians, although it's partly funded by the United States government. Okay,
so key populations, those people who, for example, inject drugs, commercial sex workers and the like.
Men that have sex with men.
Now, the question I want to ask is, these people, they are the major contributors to the burden. How are we going to get them to get tested?
Yeah, you know, this year's theme of the World AIDS is know your status.